G'day all, Ben and Dustin from Queensland Rural here today with the market report. We had a total yarding 2,197 with 1,058 of these being prime and 1,139 of these being stores. Cattle was sourced from Burketown, Mount Isa, Forsyth, Mount Surprise, Collinsville and local areas. Anyway, I'll hand on to Dusty with the numbers.
Thanks, Benny. So today was another solid result this week. We can definitely see a bit of an increase there with buyers today. Heifers. Your bullocks were 3 to 5 cents dearer compared to last week's rate. Your fat heifers were 5 cents easier. So probably not as many good fat heifers there. That's probably why they're just a bit easier there this week. But your cows was another significant one. It was 8 to 10 cents dearer this week, and your bulls were 8 to 10 cents dearer as well. They got a big hit this week compared to last week's rate as well. But getting into it, so your bullocks today averaged around that 370, 380, and they topped at 394 too. Your heifers, your fat heifers, topped at 378, averaged around that 350 to 370 mark for your good fat heifers there. And your cows today, which was a big standout, topped at 370.2. And they, your fat cattle, your fat cows were still making 340 out to 350, and even your stores, there's some store cattle that had just a little bit of cover on them. They were getting up past $3 mark. So cows are still really, really strong there. And bulls today as well. Bulls averaged at 350 to top out at 370. So a few of those processors added again for some bulls. So they went to battle today for a few of those, which was good to see. And a few highlights from today. Your best price trade heifers were on account of SR and RJ Neil. That sold for $3.78.2 and weighed 580 kilos to return $2,193 a head in the fat department, in the fat job. And then you had 5 bulls on account of cattle JV at Pentland that topped at 350.22 and weighed 938 kilos to come back at $3,303 a head, which is a good hit there. And your store cattle today, getting into your stores, so look, they were relatively on par with Friday's rates, maybe a little bit less in some departments. There were some heifers that stood out today, but getting into that, you're up to 200 kilo steers, average at 594 to top at 594. So not actually a whole heap. There was only 15 head that were under that 200 kilo mark. Your 200 to 320 kilo steers average at 466 to top at 580. Your 320 to 400 kilo steers made $4.17 to top at 468.2, and your over 400 kilos, your big heavy fellas made $3.98 to top at 406.2. And your Mickeys today average at 416 to top at 554.2. And getting into your heifers up 200 kilos made 364 to top at 416. 200 to 320 kilos 397 to top at 420, and your 320 and over average at 368 to make 408.2. A couple of highlights from that today: a line of 148 feeder steers on account of SR Neil, Airworth Stanford made on an average at 405 cents a kilo, 428 kilos to come back at $1,739 a head. They were beautiful runner steers, big number 1 steers, very good cattle there. So a good result for those runner steers. They were a pleasure to draft as well. And then a pen of 15 steers, account of SC and KE Terrier at Robin Hood there, made $5.49.2 a kilo, weighed 168 kilos, coming back at 998, and that was some of your best price of steers from today. And also a line of 115 number 1 heifers, account of Lawn Riversley Pastoral Holding, made $4.18.2 at 269 kilos to come back at $1,125 a head. So no, definitely some good cattle there today. And also, before I forget, it was 37 by 37 cows and calves that topped at 1950 from today. So yeah, pretty much on par from last Friday. A few heifers and that making a bit of coin there, so it's good to see that heifer department come up a little bit there. But on the whole in the stores, yeah, not too far from what's been happening across the state anyway in terms of that. But next week we'll have 2 sales this week at this stage. We've got about 1,000 head booked in for QR on Friday. So if you want to get in now and contact the QR agent and get your cattle booked in for either Friday or Wednesday sale. But that's the go so far at the moment. Will be 2 sales next week. And then besides that, probably not much else going on besides those couple of sales. And yeah, we'll see you all next weekend. Cheers.
So